Today we're going to look at my emergency car kit, and this is something that I keep in my car for special emergencies, things that I need that I don't normally carry around with me. In my car I do have a separate tool kit in case there's something that I need a tool for, whether it's a screwdriver, pair of pliers, wrenches, but this is totally separate, and it's something that I like to keep all contained together and something that I don't really need to get into unless there is a situation. Being on the road, a lot of times there are things that you come across that you might need. Could be a pair of gloves, could be some things like that, and that's why you want to keep this kit closed and self-contained, because if you start pulling stuff out of it, when you need it, you're not going to have it. And that's one of the problems, especially with those who put together any kind of kit, is that you end up pulling things out and not putting them back, and then you find that you need it and you don't have it. So that is the purpose behind this emergency kit, is just to have it, and I put it away and I don't even think about it until I need something. And it is just one of the standard military cans, and one of the reasons is because it's very sturdy. I mean, this is metal, and the military uses these to protect what's inside, but also I like it because there is a rubber seal that goes all the way around. So this box, when you close it down, it seals it up. And what you also should do, this can possibly dry rot over time. So you're going to want to put just a little bit of oil on this and just maintain that. Otherwise, this box will last forever. I mean, they're just impervious to weather and great, for putting in your trunk. Sometimes trunks can get a little bit, with moisture, and the humidity can be in a trunk. So, this really helps with that. Now, one other thing I really like about the military can is that you can actually remove the lid if you need to, and just to get in for whatever reason, but it's just another option. Makes it really easy, and then you can just fit it right back on. Okay, here are the contents pulled out of the tin, and I'm going to go over each one very quickly just to give you an idea of what we have. And again, if there's anything that you see that we need to add, please leave it in the comments below. Now, first and foremost, I have a list of everything that is in this tin. So when I open the tin, I can look and have a list of everything I have, and that way I won't go through the whole thing looking if I know that it's not in there. Plus, it just gives me a running list all the time of what is in here. Anything I want to add, of course, I can just add it. Now, I am keeping this in what they call a lock sack, and these are really incredible, great. They store, they seal, and they're waterproof. You can even put your phone if it's raining or whatever else you want to keep it dry. So I'll have the website information below. But I keep this right on top. It does give it just a little more of a layer of protection to the rest of the content. Next, I have an emergency space blanket. This is not your cheap just little cover, which those work as well. But this one actually has eyelets. It's more of a tarp, and it's real high quality. And I would definitely suggest you get a hold of some of these for more permanent situation. But this is just a good space blanket for insulation. Of course, a pair of gloves are important. These are just work gloves. They're cheap. They're easily thrown in here. Also, I have some mechanics gloves that are coated, and this is in case I get into something that might be wet or whatever, and just an extra set. Of course, I have a flare gun. This is an old Olin flare gun with flares. Also, glow stick. I throw, maybe a couple of these wouldn't be bad. I do keep a lighter, and I do have a number of fire starting capabilities, which is important. I have matches here. Also, in this little kit, this is more of a little survival kit, and I keep some fire tinder. In fact, I'm going to open this up and let you just see the inside. I have some dryer lint for fire tinder, some tin foil, some duct tape. I also have some silver coins in here, and I do keep some change, some currency, just in here, some waterproof matches. But this is just a few things. There's a little small Swiss Army knife down here as well. This little box, this is a really cool little, very sturdy box. It's aluminum. It's actually machined out of one piece of aluminum, and I got this from Ryatac online, and I'll have the link to it. But this is a really serious box. This could also be used for camping and carrying around, but just a really exceptional little box. It is sealed as well. I do have an emergency poncho. It's one of the cheap ones, but it's just something that gives you a little bit of a protection in case it's raining. Got a little paracord here, got it wrapped around, have a couple of rubber bands securing it. This is a tube of camo face paint, but just had something to wrap around this. Have hand warmers, a little bit of peanut butter. And I know that maybe we could add a couple of energy bars here, but this peanut butter is from an MRE, and this stuff lasts forever. You can also get the bread with it as well. But peanut butter is high in protein and just something really, it stores very well. Here I have a multi-tool. It's just a Leatherman, one of the very original Leathermans that I just keep in here. Also have one of the screw pops. And if you've never had one of these, it's a can opener, and it has a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver. Very small, very compact. I do keep a Glock field knife in here. One of the reasons why I keep this knife is because they're fairly inexpensive and they're almost impossible to destroy. So I think they're about $30, $35, and instead of putting one of my more high-end knives in here, this is something that's very good and will last and is very durable. Also keep a box of just 9mm ammo, just extra. It's one of the guns. I carry a lot of 9mm, and so this I just keep in the box. If I happen to have a 380 on me, I'll have that as well, but just for my box, 9mm is more of a survival round. I do keep a utensil set, and this is a U.S. military utensil set, just all together, knife, fork, and spoon. A really good flashlight is important, and this is a little jet beam. This carries one of the CR123s. I have a couple of extra CR123s in here. Now, one of the reasons why I really choose CR123 is that the battery shelf life is 10 years, so I can pack away these batteries. And these are really cool, these little tubes. And I've done a review on my Sensible Prepper channel about these tubes. They're great and waterproof and just a great option for battery. I keep a battery in here, but one of the reasons why I like something like this is an LED, and the battery, the bulb life itself will go 50,000 hours. So this is just a great little tool. And this one, actually, this jet beam, and I'll have the description below, but it's very bright and has really high lumens for a very small package. And you have a little holster here if you want to carry it on your belt. Speaking of belts, I just have a military garrison belt just to have for strapping or whatever I might need. Carry some zip ties. I probably would go more with a variety of zip ties. This is just one size. It's just happened to be what I have when I pack this thing out. Right in the Rain pad. These are great, impervious to weather. And I have a pen here. You can also get pens that are made for this, but you can write on here and keep your notes without this disintegrating. I have a first aid kit with a lot of different items in here, including some latex gloves, but just a lot of different, just basic first aid necessities. In my car, I do have another separate first aid kit, but this I keep separate. Also, for trauma, I have a wound bandage and another little, this is an old military trauma kit, and just keep these extra in the pack. Now, I do keep my Swiss Army soldier's knife. This is a 61 model, and just a lot of nice tools, very durable, and also a box cutter. And this is just a little survival keychain that I got from Ranger Rick. Has a nice selection of paracord with a whistle and an extra light and a knife and a mirror. Just a compass, fire starter, a little saw. This is just some extra stuff that I just like to throw in here, but just some kind of a generic setup. But this is great to have. Now here's a couple of things that I'm going to pack in here, and one are these water purification tablets. They're iodine. This is a military issue. And then also, this filter straw, the Frontier filter straws, excellent. I do have some that are already open. I just happen to find this. I'm going to stick the open one in there, and I like to leave this one in the pack. But you definitely need to think about water, and especially if you're not carrying water. I don't really want to carry a water bottle packed in here, but just in case I need to get to water, I have some options. Now, when I started packing all this together and doing it, there were some things that I added after looking at it from the beginning. So just going through it gave me a lot of ideas on my own. But again, if you have some suggestions or some thoughts, please leave them in the comments below, not only for me, but also for all those who would watch. And as you can see, I have everything in there, and it's going to be a tight fit. All sealed up, ready to go. course, I do decorate this a little bit just for fun with some weapon stickers. This is from weaponstickers.com, and my buddy Timothy that does these. It's just fun. But this also identifies what this box is. It just kind of makes it a separate box. And I also labeled on top, emergency car kit, and then I just put leave in the car. And that way, even with my wife or the kids are messing around, they're not going to pull this out of the car. Now, of course, this goes along with my regular EDC, which I carry on me at all times. And then, like I said, usually I keep a small toolkit in my car just for regular car emergencies. This is just something that is a backup, actually a backup to your bug out. And it can be used as a get-home container. But you don't have to worry about a backpack or the elements getting to it. And really, once you pack this in, it should be something that you pack away and forget about unless you have a rainy day. And rainy days do come. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Another aspect of the military can that I really like is that you can take this lid